Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of En-Syte. I'm your host, Steven. Let's say lovely day, but as far as we know, we are all quarantined. We are all very much quarantined. It's not cool. It's not great, but we're here. We're all here together. We're all here together. Hopefully, we're all here together. Hopefully, we're all here together because it's crazy that we are going through these things. We're going through these motions of life, and it literally does suck. It does. I'm not gonna lie. This this really does suck. I understand it is for the health and safety and of all humanity. I get that. I fully do. Um, but to be stuck inside, and for those who are stuck outside, it's even worse. Like there's probably not much of anything open, and there's some people who are homeless who are stuck outside facing this stuff. So it's very, very weird. So um, it's crazy. So just gonna have to try and work through this as best as we can. I know exactly what I'm doing now. If I could spell, it would be freaking great. There we go. Alright. If I could spell, I don't know. It's a little bit on the slower side. I don't know why. Maybe because since me and my brother have been at home, we've been using the internet up like crazy. So maybe, what's up, Simone? So maybe it's a possibility that the internet isn't as fast as it should be. So hopefully there's no major issues. I'm really hoping that there's no issues, nothing major anyway, in terms of this whole thing. But I do want to start off by saying that um, for anyone who currently is hospitalized or currently at home self quarantine, self medicating in terms of the virus, I pray that you all get through it. For those who have lost their lives due to the fact of the COVID-19 virus, my prayers go out to your families. I'm sorry that we are going through this. It's a rough time right now in the world that we are going through this entire situation. Um, and and hopefully we can get through this sooner rather than later. As long as we continue to band together, stay together, and make sure that we stay inside to make sure we do not spread this virus. Only go outside unless absolutely necessary. And we hope that things actually clear up a whole lot faster. What up, bro? And hopefully this clears up a whole lot faster than we can get back to our lives naturally. Because a lot of people are out of a job because of this. A lot of people are going to struggle because of this, and yeah, some people so far have been out of work for for a couple of weeks now, um, and might be out of work for a month or longer. So um, I pray that this all blows over and then it all just gets out of here. Okay, so Simone starts out with a crazy comment. If you all know Simone, she's a very, very dear friend of mine, basically a big sister. And she's already starting off with this. Here's my crazy comment. It's funny I want my guy to walk around with a t-shirt and no drawers on, making me dinner while I sit on the couch and watching TV. Okay, see, now I'm going to go right here and say, like, something's wrong with her. She was dropping her head as a kid. I can't explain it. She's older than me. I wasn't there. Um, But yes, the topic of today is role reversal. Matter of fact, this for one more person. If I can spell, it would be. Oh, I did invite them already. Okay. I just want to make sure I invited all the proper people to this episode as much as possible. Hey, Shay. So, yeah, that was a crazy comment that she just put in right there. So that is just nuts. But today, yes, we are going to. Jay said, I hope it's fried food. Watch those nuts. I hope it's not fried food. Watch those nuts. Yeah. Yeah, last thing we need is, you walking around, you making fried food, you're half naked, and all of a sudden the thing of grease pop right on your nuts. Fried chicken and there it is, fried chicken and tacos. All right. All of a sudden, that one thing of grease that comes out of nowhere flies through and just right on your nuts. That's just horrible right there. That's just horrible. Hey, Alicia. So yeah, in slew of that, we are talking about role reversals. We are talking about if the genders were swapped in a relationship. Yes, if genders were swapped in a relationship. I'm not talking about like if it's a gender change. No, I'm not going into that. We're talking about if a couple legitimately switched roles as their gender, as the opposite gender. Um, that is what we're talking about right now. So basically, in sue of Beyonce song and Sierra song, both "Like a Boy" and "If I Was a Boy." Um, basically, in terms of that. So if being a man, not physically changing, but changing the roles, changing what it is that they do. Would that basically help a relationship in better understanding where that significant other is coming from? Like, would that help make it stronger because of an understanding, or would it be like, you know what, no, I'm good on this. Like, this all you gotta this you doing all this stuff now, we good. And now is another thing that it was brought to my attention in terms of it, like the negative stuff as well, like the cheating and things like that. How would it change in terms of cheating? Because I know there are some people that say, like, women said, if I was a guy, I would fuck anything walking. And some dudes would be like, shoot, if I was a woman, I would play with my boobs every day. There's some stuff you get tired of eventually. I don't care what type of gender swap you're doing. You'll get tired of something eventually. Whether it be just completing other sex, or if it's just playing with one part of you, that's just it. That's just it. You're going to get tired of it eventually over the course of time. But the roles being reversed, are basically, how can I put it? I'm trying to think of how to put this. Like, the roles being reversed should, in most cases, help a relationship. It should. It actually should. Due to the fact of, hey, Asia, due to the fact that you should come from the perspective of having the better understanding of your significant other. Like, say, for instance, your significant other just had a baby. She is breastfeeding, and things of that nature. So even though you can't breastfeed, you should try to go through the things that she's going through in terms of understanding it. Simone says, if I was a dude, I'll never get tired of playing with my What's up, Dwayne? You do not know how bad I wish this was liquor right now, the way I just drank that, just to get that thought out of my head. But it is there right now forever for the world to see, because I don't delete comments anymore. Yeah, so Dre, you need to get your sister. Get your sister. Something wrong with her. She said she had too much sugar. I think it's beyond that. So I heard you say boobs, and I want to comment. Okay. I guess touche. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. But yeah. The thing is, in these role reversals, in terms of understanding, like I said, if you had a woman, if you were in a relationship and a woman that you were with just had a baby, yeah, I can't either. She is just doing too much right now. But she just had a baby and she's breastfeeding. And you notice she uses a pump. to, fill up the bottles. And some of us don't know. Some of us don't know that those pumps can sometimes hurt the woman. So basically, you would think like, okay, just to get an understanding of what it is she go through, you go ahead, you try to pump and just try and see what it is that she goes through. You want to try and go through some of the things that you possibly can go through that she goes through, and vice versa for the women. You should try to see the things that your husband goes or your man goes through and try and get an understanding and go try and see if you can go through it yourself. That way you both have an understanding of what it is you both go through and not be as insensitive sometimes in terms of particular situations. That is the whole case in point of role reversals. Some people just think that it is just a good idea just to do whatever it is that they want. If it was a whole possibility just to put a woman's mind in a man's body and without, just so they can see from the perspective of it, you could probably do that in like a little VR, like perspective kind of thing. But that's pretty much it. Why is this not scrolling down like it's supposed to? Okay. Okay. It just like stopped scrolling. So I'm getting comments and not even seeing them. Simone says, yeah, I want to know what the big fuss is about having balls and stuff. Okay, so we just making this all gender. Emily says, nah, don't touch my tete milk. Come on now. H says, jingle a ball or two. Oh my God, what is wrong with y'all? Jiggle a ball or two. What the hell? Oh my God. Nah. Oh my God. I just listen real well. Yeah, me too. But they taking this to a whole different level. I mean, like okay, I was just like trying to get this into like a good spectrum, but the ladies are taking this to a whole different level, y'all. I'm not even playing. Alicia says, you will never understand how it feels to have your nipple bit or pulled on like a gummy worm. Depends on who you with. You might just do it depends on who you with. It depends. Oh, back to the original topic. Now back to the original topic, huh? First, you're going around singing like, I would love to see how it is to play with a dang-a-lang. Someone said, like, what's the big fuss over having balls? Come on now. Yeah. Uh-huh. Now you want to say you want to get back on the original topic. Hey, Mama V. Now, the thing is about role reversals. We're talking about role reversals in a relationship to better understand your partner. Yes, you can listen all day long. And here's the thing, you're listening and you're getting an understanding of what they're saying, but are you getting an understanding of what it is that they go through? The one main thing that no man can ever experience, no matter what it may be, would be giving birth. The closest pain that they say it is to giving birth is a toothache. I know toothaches can be excruciatingly painful. They can be excruciatingly painful. Hey, Diamond. But I do not believe that there's any pain that can simulate childbirth or is even remotely close to childbirth. I've never and will never experience childbirth, but I've experienced a toothache. And yes, those are completely irritating. Those are painful. Those hurt so bad, but I do not think that anything is comparable to you giving birth, to the women giving birth. So I don't know why they say a toothache is. This is my opinion. I could be wrong, but this is my opinion. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Diamond says toothache ain't got nothing on birth, honey. Simone says, I heard it's close to being kicked in the balls. No. I mean, being kicked in the balls is painful. Speaking for someone who has been kicked there more than a few times in his life, who've been kicked there, accidentally hit there, been punched there. Makes me wonder if I can still have kids and shit. But There's nothing that I don't think. I mean, the way I used to work in the hospital in a birthing center, and to hear to hear the labor, to hear them, it sounds like it's somebody dying of bloody murder. Yeah, I know. I don't have to do role reversals either. I kid you not. Before I worked in the hospital, I had no idea in terms of childbirth until I started working in there. I worked in the labor delivery ward as a security guard for about 3 years. Yeah, for about 3 years, because I worked with the company for 3.5. For 3 years at St. Catherine's Hospital. And the thing is, the screams, this how loud, how it sounded excruciating and things of that nature. It's just unbelievable in terms of that. So I don't think nothing compares to childbirth. That's something a man will never be able to simulate or anything of that fashion unless they probably have their toes ripped off and things of that nature. Hey, Kimmy. So I decided on adding a new feature to the show. See, Simone said birth, I heard, is basically all your bones breaking at once type of pain. Oh my God. That's over 200 bones breaking. Ugh. And I've never broken, knock on wood, thank God, never broke a bone a day in my life. But I heard that those hurt like hell too. Dre said, man, seeing Drea being born changed my whole life, and I will give them all the respect they need. I fully understand that, man. I fully understand it, period. I fully do. So I decided on adding a new feature. I do not know how well this is going to work, but I've added a new feature anyway. So I have basically a call in. So if anybody wants to call in and talk about the topic, they can. They can hit me up on my messenger, one person at a time. I'm not doing multiple people, but one person at a time. If they choose to talk in, I will have you on for about 5 to 7 minutes. To talk about whatever it is, maybe shorter. I'm not sure because I don't want to take up everything. And hopefully the mic picks up the audio from the device that I'm using, and hopefully it doesn't hinder anything. It shouldn't, because I'm using a completely separate device, and that's what it is. So if you would like to call in to actually verbally express how you feel about this topic or about anything dealing with this topic, you can go ahead, hit me up on Facebook Messenger. Sorry, YouTube. Again, I don't have everything for YouTube just yet. I don't have everything like that. This thing started on Facebook. It's all been leaning towards Facebook. I just decided on put it on YouTube just to get it out a little bit further. So yes, I do not have those amenities for YouTube, not yet anyway, but working on it. So this is something new. This is something new that I'm starting to try and put in, and I want to see how it works. So what is wrong with 5 to 7 minutes, Simone? What's really wrong with 5 to 7 minutes? That don't sound bad at all. Like talk shows on the radio do less time. They don't even give you that much time. I'm like, I only have an hour-long show. So if you would like to, feel free to call in. You can call in. Calling me on Facebook Messenger. I don't know. You would probably more than likely have to come out of the show to do it, but I'm not 100% sure. Because we like to talk. Yeah, of course I know we like to talk. I mean, that's the whole point. We talk. Yes, call me on Messenger. Yes, Diamond. You can call me on Messenger. I will answer. The volume. Let me make sure the volume is all the way up for one. Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure the volume is all the way up. And things of that nature. So if anyone wants to call in, and this is a full-on test run. I just threw this in the middle of the show, and this is a full-on test run at the same time. You don't know until you try, so that dang it, I'm gonna give it a try. So yeah, so the whole thing about the role reversals, yeah, I really do not believe. Okay, fine. I won't put a time limit on it this time. I will see what it is and average it out later. How about that? Happy? Jesus Christ. All right, so the thing about the role reversals is basically like you want to understand your partner to the fullest degree possible. You want to understand your partner um, to better love them, to better understand them, to better be with them. Um, and sometimes don't even got to be a partner. It could be a friend that you may potentially want to be a partner. You know, the whole thing about understanding starts from the beginning. That is what role reversal is. That is what it's about, and that's where it goes. It can start off from there. Just you being a good friend and listening and understanding, and you're receiving the same thing that you're given. That's how you know you're already on the right path. If you continue to, perfect, beautiful, great. It could progress to more, and that way it progresses to something even greater than what it was than you just jumping in. Um, oh, Simone's at work. She can't call. You basically have to give it a try. You have to try because you never know what it is that a person could be going through, but you have to learn to understand. That is the whole key thing about role reversals. Again, understanding. It starts from the very beginning. The very, very beginning. Yes, you're getting to know somebody. Yes, that's true. You're getting to understand them as a person. Now you have to understand why they are a particular way. You knowing like what they do for a living, what's their favorite food, color, things like that. You know those things. But do you know why they don't sleep too much at night? Do you know why they like to work so much, or even though they know they have to work, they don't like working much at all, or they don't like their job, or things of that nature, things that may get underneath their skin and stress them out a little bit. You have to understand that side of them as well, not just the side that is not just the side that you get to spend time with and just laugh with and stuff like that. You need to understand why someone cries as well as why they're laughing. You need to understand why someone is sad and not just why they're happy. Understanding is one of the key things in a relationship. Hence why role reversals can possibly help with that understanding, because you know that your significant other does things for a particular reason. Could it be because of their gender? Maybe. Could it be because how they was raised? Could be. You don't know which is which until you actually understand them. Exactly. Dre said you need to understand that person. Understand that person. Like I said, it can start from just you being. That is the whole point of it all. Get into the nitty gritty. Get deep down to it. Because you never know that particular time, that particular moment, that particular person could be the one. It could be the one that you have been waiting on, that God has been waiting to send to you, and whatever the case may be. That person could have just been being built over the course of years, even decades. You never know. Dre says, put yourself in their shoes and do it so you can truly be there for your mate. Yes. Walk more than a mile in their shoes, so that way you know what it is that they're going through, and you know that you have a better chance of helping them getting through it. Did I say that right? You have a better chance of helping them get through it. I think I said getting through it. You have a better chance of helping them get through it, which is great. It shows you are very supportive of your partner. It shows them that you are very supportive of them and what it is that they're doing. Kimberly says responsible is okay. I'm guessing responsibility is key because I had an ex at the time, couldn't find a job, and he couldn't handle me working and he being the wife at home. That's unfortunate side effects. If he couldn't find a job, and he should have, if he couldn't find a job, if he was looking, great. But he needs to look and still be able to handle the home at the same time. He has to handle the fact that you're working because you're the one that's paying the bills if y'all were living in the same home. So Yes, wife roles. If you have to pay that wife, I'm gonna put that in quote, wife role, because not all wives stay at home. Oh, we got a call coming in. Hey, hello. Now I'm really hoping that it picks up the sound, so I'm gonna move the mics over a little bit closer, so hopefully y'all can hear her. But I got Diamond on the line. Hey, Diamond, welcome to the show.
I just wanted to be the tester.
You just want to be the tester.
Yeah.
She just wanted to be the tester. Let me see. I don't.
Okay, so what are we? What is the discussion?
Just talking about role reversals. Basically understanding your mate on a grander level by understanding what it is that they go through. Like I said, someone said, had Kimberly said, like, responsibility is key because she had an ex at the time, couldn't find a job, and he couldn't handle her working and him being an at-home wife. So he was basically the quote-unquote at-home wife, but he could not handle it.
What?
They can hear you. They can hear you on the show.
No.
They can definitely hear you.
Yeah. A lot of times, yeah. There's not a lot of men. Well, there is a lot of men, shall I say, that are at-home dads.
Yeah. Which is not a problem. That's not a problem.
It's not a problem at all. I don't know. Like we were discussing not too long ago about role reversal. When me and Shay was saying about how if men can have babies.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I brought that up, and I was talking about that there's no pain even remotely close, at least in my opinion, to childbirth. So I don't think that's one thing a man will never be able to simulate, period, point blank. Even if they did have all their bones broken in their body, like Simone said, that's the equivalent to.
That's taking it lightly.
I can believe it.
Lightly.
I can definitely believe it. But yeah, that is just the whole thing, though, is about the grander understanding of your mate, the grander understanding of your significant other. And the whole key point is once you understand your mate on that level. Let's see, I would not have any kids. I appreciate women. I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there with you, because for them to push out something the size of a watermelon out the opening of the size of a lemon, and it expands greatly. Yeah. And then some of them, they can't do that, so they have to be slit open at the base of their stomach.
Just the way you detail it. So it's basically just about the role reversal of a man and a woman in a relationship, committed relationship, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, that's basically what it's about. To have basically have a greater understanding of it, and basically have a greater understanding of each other. And that way we know what we can do for each other throughout the course of the entirety of the relationship. So that way, no matter what ups, downs, lefts, rights come our way, we know how to handle it together.
Correct. And that's how it should be, because again, like if you get in a relationship and say y'all let y'all highest, and then somebody falls off, and not able to bring anything to the table, then what would you do?
Yeah.
Of course, you're supposed to stand by that person, whether y'all up or y'all down.
That is true.
And a lot of people can't handle that.
No, and that's what actually causes a lot. Besides, for the exception of like cheating, fallouts, financial fallouts can cause the ends of relationships, rather than us standing strong and keeping each other afloat as best as we can. It starts a lot of arguments. It starts a lot of pointing fingers, like this is your fault. No, it's your fault, kind of thing. And rather than you wasting all that energy arguing, use that energy to figure out a plan, work together to get yourself back together, get yourself back afloat. Let me see. Kimberly says confidence is key too. Some men have ego issues and low confidence, but as a woman, you can try to empower a man, but it's up to the man. That is very true.
Absolutely.
That is very, very
That's
true.
true.
Um, I I
I
know that
agree.
every man at some level has ego issues. It may be high, it may be low, but we all have egos. Um, some of our confidence that varies as well. But the whole key point is that a woman can more so empower a man than him empowering himself, um, which is actually a great thing, and that's something for a man to accept, especially if you have a strong woman by your side. If you have a strong woman by your side, there's nothing greater than that. Listen to her, let her uplift you, because guaranteed she's gonna take you to a level that you thought you never can get to.
Correct. Dre made a very great comment.
Let's see. Dre said, but that comes down to communication from day one and putting themselves in each other's shoes. Yes. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I did say that like from the beginning. Like it starts off early. It starts off early. The earlier you started, the easier you get through it. The easier that um you get through it, the easier that everything else follows. It's not something that's forced, it's something that is completely natural. And that's the best thing. That is the best thing when it's purely natural and nothing is forced.
Correct. Okay, so I got a topic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's about me and one of my friends had discussed this. I think just yesterday. We discussed this yesterday about friendships, tying friendships into going into relationships.
Okay.
Like longevity of friendships and not messing up that friendship. Like not wanting to, go into that where you talking and being in a relationship and then something happens and then y'all can't be friends no more, but y'all had so many years beforehand of being friends.
Got you.
Like I just want everybody to comment, like, what do you guys think about people being friends and then, talking or, wanting to be in a relationship and sleeping together, like, and then something happens, that's just a whole years, so many years of like friendships just down the drain.
Yeah, I get you. So, me personally, I think that's based off of that's more so based off of the two people. I say if you don't look for anything bad, if you don't think anything bad, then nothing bad is going to happen. But what do you all think that's watching right now? She's basically saying like people who have been friends for an extended period of time make that next level jump and actually become into a relationship. But there's a chance, but if the relationship sometime at some chance fails, and there's a possibility of you guys not being friends anymore. So are you asking like how to prevent that? Or are you asking what happens when that does happen?
Both.
Okay. So we'll start off by saying, what do you do when that happens? If you're friends with someone for a long period of time and then you end up being in a relationship with them, and if something bad happens that causes you both to break up and the friendship is gone. From role reversals to this right now, so see how it goes. Dre says friendship is a beautiful thing, but having that friend that truly cares you that truly cares, you don't have to worry about losing the friendship. That is true. So basically, even if the friendship goes to a relationship and relationship does fail, if the friend truly does care for you, the friendship will never be lost. I can definitely agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. Dre also says, I say people.
Okay, Drizzy.
I say people who says that is an excuse. Okay, true. Kimberly says there will be a point of respect. There's a point of respect depending on the friendship from the start. All right. Hey, Brittany, how you doing? Like yeah, there will be a point of respect depending on the friendship from the start. That is very true. I get that. So it really is all dependent on not just the length of time, not just the longevity of the friendship, but the solidity of it, like how strong it actually is. Because the stronger the friendship is, 9 times out of 10, the stronger the relationship will be. And even if by chance something does happen to fall out and the two people fall out, that friendship bond will still be a person like, yeah, I mean, I know I dated her, but we still cool. I'm still friends with her. I'm not going to turn my back on her. Boom. See, Dre says, one of my best friends is my ex. Okay, I thought my tablet was about to go black. One of my best friends is my ex-wife, and our friendship is stronger than most of my bonds. Oh, okay. One of my best friends is my
her.
yeah. One of my best friends is my ex-wife, and I yeah. Oh, excuse me. And that happens. That happens. Just because the relationship did not work out does not mean that the friendship needs to fail as well. We obviously know people that are in that situation. That is a part of that. Um, now here's the thing. Now, since we figured that part out, what can be done to prevent a fallout from something like that? Like you will have that strong friendship bond, and you both decide on taking the next level. What is it that you can do to prevent that fallout from happening besides the point of the standard stuff? Because you normally, when you first meet somebody, you already getting to know somebody, blah, 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 and then y'all infatuated with each other right off the bat. Now, this is a situation where there's people that already know each other and already understand each other, and they try it.
I say give it.
Yeah, I see that from Drake. Kim says, I have an ex that is still my friend, but we knew it wasn't going to work. Okay, you knew it wasn't going to work from the beginning, but you still are friends. That's good. I mean, that's good. It's not good to know that it's not going to work, but yeah. And Dre says, I say give it a chance. Okay, Dre says, like, hey, all else fails, give it a chance. There's no harm in giving something a shot because you never know what can happen, and there's no reward without risk, as they say. Yeah, so I don't like to prevent it. In my opinion, I say to prevent it is to not think of it as yourselves as in a relationship, but to continue to think of it as the friendship that it is before the relationship even happened. If you continue to have that mindset, like, yes, we're together, but we're still this great friendship. We still have this great friendship bond that's never going to fade, and keep on thinking of it as the friendship. That way, you know for a fact it's not going to fade. At least that's my thought. That's my thought of it. Just keep the friendship part of it alive. Don't focus on so much of it being the relationship. Don't focus so hard on it being that. Just
I mean, yeah, because and another point that my friend had made was he was saying that you guys, if you don't start off as friends, like, how would anything work anyway? You're supposed to remain friends and become best friends.
Yeah. That's what they say is the whole key point to a very strong bond in a relationship is if you start out as very good friends, end up being best friends. They say, what's they say? Best friends make the best lovers.
Kimberly said, just have fun and enjoy the ride. I know that's right. I like that.
That is just have fun and enjoy the ride. That's what Kimberly said. Okay, good. Okay. Dre also said that's the problem. Okay, Dre said that's the problem. People get into relationships and forget how to be friends. Mm-hmm. That is very true. That is 100% true. And I say that's something that everyone needs to realize. That's probably one of the cases as to why most relationships fail, even though it's like it's no cheating, it's no financial issues, but it's just the fact that we forget to be friends with each other. We just so focused on the fact like, oh, that's my girl, oh, that's my guy. Well, don't forget that's also your friend. That is also your friend. That's supposed to be your ace. That's supposed to be your ace boom coon. You know, that's supposed to be your ace. Kimberly says, my godmother tells me that all the time. Yeah. So I say, I do agree with Dre. back when he said, give it a
I
chance.
do.
When he says, give it a chance. Because you never know where things go until they actually go there. And then you still have to put in the work to make sure that things. See, Brittany says, me and my ex work together. We still have a great friendship. I knew it wasn't going to go to the next level. Okay.
Brittany, were y'all friends before y'all started talking and got in a relationship?
See. Hopefully Brittany heard that. I mean, people saying they can hear you, so I'm really hoping that they can. They saying that they can, so I'm hoping everybody can hear you, and it's not like an issue with like, say I cut the speaker into, because I got two mics going at once.
Yeah, and I'm looking at my iPad, but I can't hear myself. I turned down the volume, but
okay, well that's
it's like you talking, and it's like I hear you, but then you don't be moving on the screen, and then start moving.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Brittany said, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so they were friends from the beginning. Dre says every conversation don't have to be serious and mushy. Learn how to talk. Learn how to talk. Then play. Learn how to talk. Then play. Then play. Then play. Learn how to talk.
Yeah, I think he meant then play.
I'll learn how to talk to then play. Okay. What's up, Wendell? Wendell is the swole one of the group.
Oh, that's my dad's name. He's an awesome guy.
Oh, Wendell?
Yeah.
Oh.
How you didn't know that?
Lady, I forgot. I forgot. No, actually, I work with Wendell. He's one of the security supervisors up at the casino.
Oh, hi, Wendell.
So, but yeah.
Okay, I don't want to take up everybody's time. It might be somebody else. Why don't you call? Dre has some very great comments.
So Diamond's getting ready to get off the line. So if anybody else want to call in, I got time for one more caller. If anybody want to call in, thank you for joining again, Diamond.
Oh, you're so welcome.
And then thank you for being the tester and let me know that this actually does work. Thank you.
Yes, I'm the tester.
I appreciate you. Bye. All right, y'all. That was Diamond right there. Thank you again for being the tester. So if anybody else want to call in, we know that it works, and this is something that's going to stay now that I know that it works. I'm very glad that it does. Kimberly says, yes, we went to high school together, and he had a crush on me, if you're asking the group. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's something nice. Like when you're friends first, yes, there is that chance that it may not work, but then there's that chance where it can work out very well and it can work out exponentially to the point of like, this is solid. This is good. We are in a good place. We are in a good place. Plain and simple, a good place. And I'll take that as such. So yeah. When it comes to, I'm like, even though we trying to change the topic and everything like that, I think the role reversal one has died. Anyway, the role reversal one has died. But yeah. So thank you again, Diamond, for the second topic, and I'm glad that everybody has participated in it and commented as best as they can. But yeah, that's my friend Diamond, y'all, for like 30 some odd years. That's how she acts. How did I forget about her father's name? It's been so long. I'm sorry again. But yeah, friends becoming more than friends, never a bad. It's almost never a bad thing. It's something that actually could work more so though than two strangers just meeting and liking each other. You already like each other as a friend. You can learn to love each other as a lover. You know, that's as long as it's not forced and things progress naturally over time. Like I said before, things will be great. Things will be great, and things can go extremely well. And it's to the point that it never fades. It can never fade. As long as you keep it up, as long as you make sure it stays strong, as long as you make sure not only is the relationship well, but the friendship is well too. Because that's what the whole relationship started with. It started with a strong bond of a friendship. That was your foundation, was that strong friendship bond. Build up from that friendship, and you're guaranteed to have one of the strongest relationships you two have probably ever experienced in life. Just remember to always remember that friendship foundation is where it started. But once you lose that friendship foundation, everything crumbles apart. Still be there for each other, still help each other, still back each other up, all of that. And I can almost guarantee you that you will have probably one of the healthiest relationships ever in life. So, if anybody else feels free to want to comment on this one or even the previous topic of role reversals, feel free. We got about 14 more minutes, and I still got enough water to last a little bit longer. So if you all got anything, have at it. If you want to call in, hit me up on Facebook Messenger. Not that hard to do. I was gonna say non-video calls. But they're all one and the same. It doesn't matter. So because I don't know how anybody's looking today. So because no one's really been out the house in like a week. Like literally in like 5 states. You have 100 million people bound to their homes. So yeah, I hope those sew-ins last a little bit longer, and I hope your hair don't grow as much as it normally does, because I'm trying to make sure my hair stays as flat as possible, and it's trying to grow its best. And I need a haircut bad, but I won't be able to get one until April. Oh my God. I might have to drive to Wisconsin just to get a dang on haircut. But yeah, if you have any more comments about it, feel free to type them up right there, or even call in if you want to add some verbal commentary to the show. I'm glad that this is something that actually works. This is something that actually freaking worked. Because there's been many things that I've tried, and most of them have failed. So I am glad, once again, to say that it actually does work. So, oh man. I mean, I know the video was going to work. I mean, the video wasn't a problem. Like, no one's going to see you on the show at all, because I actually have my my tablet underneath the camera, and I would literally have to grab the camera and move it and face it towards you, and I don't have a second camera. I'm not supposed to go through all of that extra stuff, and I would not even know how to connect my tablet to the computer in terms of connecting it to my Facebook Live or my YouTube Live. It'll be doing too much. In order for me to actually physically have somebody on the show and actually they can see that person, they would need the same operating system that is on this computer in terms of video and audio. And I barely even know how to work it, but my brother uses it when he streams games and things of that nature. And a lot of mainstream YouTubers and gamers use it. So it's a completely different thing. Hey, Tamika. So I'm not up to that par yet. If I can, once I get up to that par, most definitely let you know so you can test out the video. So, so yeah, we were talking about role reversals and strong friendships cruising into relationships. Should they be a thing or not? I say they, in terms of the role reversals, let's go with that. I do believe that, that is too much. Yeah, that's why I'm not even going to go extra like that. I'm not going to try to go extra at all. In terms of the role reversals, I really do believe that people will learn a better understanding about their significant other in terms of what they do, how they do, when they do it, in terms of that, making a relationship stronger. No matter what level of the relationship that you're in, whether if you are just dating, committed relationship, engaged, married, whatever the case may be, I really do believe that it's something that can actually help both sides. And it's actually something that can basically exponentially grow the relationship to a level that you both probably thought it couldn't go to. It's good to have that good understanding, that better understanding, and to have that thought and idea that both people understand each other. And that will be the best thing ever, to have both partners understand each other and actually communicating and understanding what it is we do together. So for role reversals, that is the reason for that. Friendships going into relationships, I'm actually for it. I'm actually for it because you never know where it can go. Just like any other relationship, you never know where it can go. But you at least already know this person. You already understand this person. You already understand the habits that they have. You already know the mainstream questions as to what's their, those the ones that you get to know. You ain't got to get to know them because you already know them. You already know what type of past they had and how they grew up, especially if you've been friends for a long period of time. You already know these things because it's already been talked about amongst friends. Talk to each other as friends. Y'all hung out already. So basically, y'all already been out on dates. Y'all already more than likely been out on dates because y'all done hung out. So there's no need to overthink it. There's no need to stress about it. If you feel the need to be like, you know what? Let's take this leap. Talk to that person, see how they feel about it. First and foremost, see how they feel about it. And let them make that decision. If you already had the decision in your head to be like, you know what? I've been thinking about this for a while. I know we're friends and I know we've been cool for blase years, but I've always found you, smart, attractive, beautiful, whatever you want to say. And you'd be like, I would like to see where we can go. Let that person take the time to think, unless they were already thinking about it and they just flat out say yes, that, hey, y'all both on the same page already. But if they don't flat out say yes, give them time to think, continue with the friendship, and let things go naturally. Yes, it may be a little bit awkward in the beginning, but you never know where it can go afterwards. You never know. If they say no, cool. They say no, you're still friends. Still keep that strong friendship bond. If they say yes, still keep that strong friendship bond. Because that right there is going to be your placement. That is where everything grows from. You have your friendship, you start building the relationship, which may eventually lead to more. Normally, relationships lead to engagements, which leads to marriage, which leads to, hey, damn near happily ever after. But you never know. So I want to again thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for commenting. Thank you all for watching. I want to thank Diamond for being a test caller, and it actually does work. She could be heard by everybody without losing sound from me, because I did move the microphone a little bit further away from me, so it's still carrying my voice. I'm hoping that she could be heard on. I think I'm using the camera mic over here, and I'm using my Yeti Blue mic on YouTube. So if you all heard her on Facebook, then they definitely heard her on YouTube. Okay, so that's good. I just got to remember that was the format that I used. So hold on one second, y'all. I'm just to mute my mic real quick just to see something. Okay, I just needed to see. So my Yeti mic is attached to YouTube. So that means you guys heard her through the webcam microphone, which is actually above my tablet. So that test went great. And I love the fact that this test actually went great. So this is something that is going to be new and added to the show. We can have call-ins, ladies and gentlemen. We can have call-ins on the show. This is a great day for En-Syte. On episode 120 is where phone calls can be made. Man, but thank you all for watching. If you are in those states that are currently restricted from going outside for non-essential needs, non-essential work. Try to make the best of it. Try to keep your sanity. Try and stay strong with it. I know it's going to be rough. It is. It's going to be a rough 2 weeks. If you're out of work, try and file for unemployment as soon as you can, to make sure that you can at least have some form of money in your pocket. Hopefully, wherever you pay rent, mortgage, can understand the fact that this issue is going on and that you are unable to work, which means you are unable to get money. I'm really, really hoping that everyone can return to work in early April, hopefully April, no later than April the 10th. That is what I am rooting for. That is what I'm pushing for. That is what I'm praying for, to return to work by, not at least, but by April the 10th. So for those of you who are going through these things, my prayers are with you all, praying that everything goes on and goes positive for everyone. In terms of people who have, contracted the virus, I'm hoping that you heal from that very, very swiftly. And those who have passed, prayers again go out to your families. And for those who are working, for those who are out there working in the essential places, fast food restaurants, grocery stores, hospitals, things that are essential to our needs in life, especially the hospitals, clinics, whatever. Thank you. You are putting yourselves out there at risk. You are doing your job with the possibility of this virus hitting you, and you are there each day that you work. Thank you. What you mean I forgot about you, Alicia? What you mean? What I forget? What did I forget? Did you leave a comment or something and I didn't say, hey, Dana, I'm sorry. What? Okay, see, look, the thing is that the actual screen is moving slow for some reason. Let's see. I don't know if it's because this is open. I think it's because this is open. That's probably why everything has been moving a little bit like crap. Your essential. What do you do, Alicia? Well, I was mainly going towards everybody that's essential staff, everybody that's essential. I'm not trying to leave anybody out. I was just naming some things off the top of my head that I know that's essential. Like nurses, doctors, health aides, whatever if you work in a medical facility, if you work in a grocery store, like if you're working these essential, you work in a prison, police officers, I'm sorry, for police officers, firefighters, correctional officers, all of y'all, thank you all for, going through this and staying strong throughout all of this. We greatly appreciate you. And we really hope that you all do not have to go through no issues in terms of this whole virus. And again, I'm hoping that this whole thing fixes itself and clears up before we know it. So again, thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I'm glad that my little experiment worked. So again, thank you, Diamond. You are a great friend. You are a great person for testing for me. I thank you for it. So again, be safe, stay inside. Video channel. There's other ways to communicate with people rather than going to see them. Right now, let's do what we can to make sure that this does not get out of hand. Let's do what we can as the human race to make sure that we stay the human race. All right. This is a virus. It has no discrimination. It's going for every gender, every age, every race. Let us do what we can to make sure we put this sumbitch in its place and make sure that it does not cause any issues and that we all can live our lives normally again. So I want to thank you all for watching. I do appreciate the likes, the loves. Feel free to share this video. You never know, somebody may need to hear it. And always stay insightful. Peace.